than they are. Now, some days that happened because somebody had been by the church needing help, looking for benevolence. And we get people by all the time, you know, needing help, and some of them are genuinely in need, and we love to help people who have a need. And some of them are just out looking for a handout, and so I pray, Lord, give me wisdom, so I don't help them all. We would never make Connie Horn in charge of church benevolence. We would be absolutely broke. I mean, she would give the church away. And I go home, I feel like a heel. I come out, Pastor, what did you do? What are we going to do? And I said, Connie, we can't. Are you sure, Pastor? She was so sweet, and she looked so kind. And, you sure we can't, do something for them? And honestly, nobody ever comes by looking for help that Connie, I should give them give them the whole works. And just that kind of caring and loving person. One day I came back from lunch, and Larry's car was in the parking lot, and that's not unusual to see his car there because he comes by pretty often. He brings Connie a sausage and biscuit, or brings her a coffee or a Coke or something, and they have a very, very close, loving relationship, and I see that. And so I came back in, and the car was in the parking lot, and I didn't really think it unusual. But I came in the front door, and her office is to the right, and mine is to the left, and when I came in, I heard this horrible sobbing. I mean, it was terrible. I mean, you never heard such wailing. And I stepped in, and I peeked toward Connie's office, and Larry was embracing her, and she had her head buried in his shoulder, and she was just sobbing. And I thought, oh, this is terrible. Who has died? I thought, is her mom all right? I mean, this is bad. And she was just sobbing uncontrollably. And Larry was just patting her on the back. It'll be all right, honey. It's going to be all right. And I'm thinking, surely somebody's died. So I kind of waited a minute. I didn't want to barge in until the sobbing subsided just a little. And I stepped over where Larry could see me. I said, Larry, is it all right? Has somebody died? And he just shook his head, yeah. And I said, oh my goodness, how horrible. I said, who was it? He said, her cat. And I thought surely somebody. I said, oh, okay. I like cats. But this couple, what you see is what they are. I see them every week. And Connie and Larry, I love you guys. And how blessed your sons were to grow up in a home like your home that you reared them in. And how blessed we are, Freedom Baptist Church, to have you guys as members of our church, and Connie, as you, our church secretary. You couldn't ask for a more passionate, caring couple. And we love you. Thank you.
I didn't come prepared to say anything tonight. But, and I can't read well and I can't hear it too well. So just bear with me, you'll find out I can't speak too well either. But what the pastor was talking about, and what the boys were talking about, I just felt like I needed to get up there and say something. I guess it was about 1971 when we went to work at FedEx there. And it happened that I was fortunate enough to be in the same department that Larry was hired on. And he'd come out of university with a degree, and that really impressed me. And Larry came in to co-op as editor of our newsletters, among some other writing chores. But the thing I remember most about the early years there was Larry moved in, Larry and Connie moved in close to where we lived, in fact, the next street over, just down a few houses. So we got a friendship going pretty quick there. And occasionally Larry would come over after work and all. Sometimes Connie'd come over and bring the boys. And the thing I remember about the boys most is that the conversation my wife and I had after they all left and went home was I said, those sure are active young men, aren't they? And it amazed me. Got to know Larry more and more, and got to know Connie better, and worked with Larry all the years. And the biggest thing I want to do is congratulate Larry and Connie on the 40 years of marriage. But I think the most amazing thing, and it says amazing grace, is that not just to accomplish 40 years of marriage, but what they've accomplished in raising these 3 boys, such beautiful families, and what a tribute, Pastor just said, what a tribute is to them, that that's something nobody can ever take away. And to have 3 young men who are so successful and got beautiful families, I just know that it's heartwarming for Connie and Larry. We thank you for asking us here tonight. Thank you.